The Barry Alvarez Show with your host, Jeff Lenzi.
Welcome to the Barry Alvarez preseason show. Coach, it wasn't that long ago that we were wrapping up the spring football season. It's been a productive few months between spring and fall, hasn't it?
Well, you know, the end of last season, the way it ended, I really thought it carried a lot of momentum into our off season and the summer conditioning and into two-a-days.
You said that you like the mix of your players heading into this fall. You still feel that way after a couple weeks of practice?
Yeah, I think that started last spring, and after about 17 or 18 practices, I see the kids getting closer and closer together. I see them trying to do things our way. I really see good leadership and young guys trying to follow their lead.
You mentioned conditioning. Your guys really came into this fall in great shape, didn't they?
John Detman, I think, is one of the premier strength coaches in the country and has done a tremendous job of implementing new things, keeping them interested. And there's never any doubt when we start the season after John has them all summer that they're going to be in good shape.
And we're going to talk about that now. You know, one of the big reasons why the Badgers came into the fall in great shape was the hard work they put in during the summer months. Martin Kilcoyne has more on how the Badgers spent part of their summer vacation.
The season ends and there's version of summer camp. Long before the 95 season opens, Camp Randall is busy with activity.
I know this time of year it's hard. I mean, you look around the stadium and it's empty. You know, there's nobody here cheering for him, so it's got to come from within.
Detman is in his 6th year working with the Badgers, and he's seen the off-season conditioning program become an important part of the team's on-field success.
Guys know, they believe in what we do, and they've seen the results on themselves, so there's not a whole lot of convincing that needs to be done. It's more or less they come and do.
I mean, you saw the whole day, and it's just a lot of goofy look and stuff, but in the end, it helps.
It's really important for our team's success. Everyone's really been working hard, and once you get into the games, we're going to be faster and stronger than hopefully what we came into the summer at, and when it comes down to the fourth quarter, that's where we're going to win it on our conditioning.
In addition to the old standards, wind sprints, and weightlifting, there's always some specialized drills. But karate?
If you think about a fighting situation, it's aggressive. You have to be on your game all the time. You have to be focused. You have to have mental concentration skills. You have to be able to have endurance. All those things are the same between martial arts and football.
Attendance is almost 100%, and the reason is simple.
If you want to play, this is where you got to pay.
We want to have a good season, and it all starts right here, you know. We know what it takes, you know, to succeed at this level, and no one's going to back off. So.
It's paid off for us in the long run. I mean, we've all gotten stronger, and we've got a good attitude about it, too. So it's a team effort, and everybody's real happy to be getting better.
I'm Martin Kilcoyne for the Barry Alvarez Show.
Have you been able to see that paying off so far? I mean, they're doing some things that a lot of fans would say, what the heck? How'd they come up with that?
Well, that's what I said. Detman's done such a great job of being innovative and still keeping them interested. You know, we just completed the dog days of two-a-day practices, and mentally it's very difficult. And if you're not in shape, it's near impossible to get through them. So, but we've been very physical, yet we've had very few injuries, and I think a lot of that can be attributed to the conditioning you had going in.
Now, there's also another payoff at the end of this thing. They get to chow down at your house. We got some video of that. You got quite a spread for these guys, and I imagine there was quite a few pounds of steak and lasagna. And, your wife Cindy kind of coordinated this.
Well, we do that every year. We just feel like the guys that stay, most of the time, you know, the position coaches take their players to their homes several times during the summer. But I always do that at the end of the summer for the guys who have stayed to have a treat for them to come out and have a big meal.
There's a lot of steaks consumed, I bet, huh?
I believe we went through over 100 steaks.
Wow. All right, when we come back, we'll cover the gamut from the newest kids on the team to the guys the players have elected to help lead this year's Badger squad. Stay with us. It's a mixed bag of emotions for the freshman class when it reports for the first practice. There's a lot of excitement, combined with a little fear and apprehension. Here's a look at what's going through some of the freshmen' minds during their first practices with the Badgers.
They come to Wisconsin as high school stars. Each one of these freshmen, one of the best, if not the best player on their team. But with the Badgers, they quickly find out they're just one of many great players from many different high schools. And as freshmen, they have to wait their turn. Heartland Arrowhead freshman Donnie Eicher was rated by one magazine as the second best linebacking prospect in the Midwest. But at Wisconsin, he's playing behind some of the best linebackers in the country, and he's spending a lot of time watching.
It's different. It's weird. So used to like getting all the reps in practice, and now we're mainly just getting mental reps, just watching the older guys do it, and it's a little bit different. I'm still learning all the plays for linebacker and stuff. I'm starting to catch on now, but right now I think I'm probably going to be doing more special teams.
Freshman quarterback Marcus White passed for over 1,300 yards and ran for over 500 in his senior year at Evanston. But at Wisconsin, he knows he'll have to take his game to a whole new level.
Well, it's fun, but it's a lot more work than what people think. Like, everything is more technical than what it was in high school. It's more mechanics that you have to rely on than just pure athleticism.
While all the freshmen would love to play right away, they know they have to pay their dues. 6'7", 270-pounder Chris McIntosh sees a great opportunity to learn how to play in the offensive line from the upperclassmen.
Manny Castro and Jerry Wunsch, they can step in. Jerry was there last year, and they can do a great job too. So for me, it's just to get behind them for a year or two and to learn the position.
It's tough enough for a freshman, you said earlier, when just coming to school and learning the university life. Add football to that, and there's a lot of wide eyes in those first few days of practice, isn't there?
Well, nothing's ever changed. Any freshman that goes to college, I think if they go away to school, gets homesick, and it's a new thing that they have to learn, and then you throw on top of it being banged around on a football field. Nothing has changed over the years, but I tell you what, our staff does a nice job, and our older kids do a nice job of seeing those guys that may be a little homesick and helping them adjust to college life.
Those freshmen will often look to the team captains throughout the season for guidance and leadership. Here's a look at the 5 team captains and how they approach that role.
Darrell Bevel jokes that it feels like he's been a Badger for about 9 years. So it's no surprise that as a veteran quarterback, his fellow players would elect him as one of the team captains. The 25-year-old is one of the most mature and level-headed players on the team. And that's the way he plans on approaching his role as captain.
So your job is just, to police the team, make sure things are going right, keeping the rules, doing the things that they're supposed to, and, and then be leaders on and off the field.
The other captain on the offense is senior right guard Steve Stark. Expect him to bring a quiet leadership to this team.
My role, more than anything, I'm not real vocal. I try to be a little more this year, but I think just trying to lead by example, trying to do things, in the way I think that the team, needs to do them.
3 captains come from the defense. Linebacker Eric Unverzak once referred to himself as 5 fries short of a Happy Meal. But he takes his role as captain very seriously, and he knows that the captains will all work together with the coaches to help steer the Badgers on the right course.
We do communicate about things, and during the season we always meet once a week with Coach Alvarez and stuff, and we discuss things, just, make decisions about things that can help improve, the team, and just stuff that will make or be better for the Badgers.
Defensive lineman Jason Manecki has earned the respect of his teammates by always giving 100% and playing his best in the biggest games. Listen to how Manecki talks about the opening game against Colorado, and you understand why the coaches are hoping this attitude rubs off on the underclassmen.
As a player, this is the games you want to play in. I mean, if I was a player somewhere else, this is the game I'd want to be in instead of playing a lesser of a team, a Division I AA or whatever. But this is the games you live for.
Rounding out the captains is the only junior of the group. Linebacker Pete Monty feels honored to be elected as part of that elite group, but at the same time, he's going to take his cues from the other senior captains.
As a junior, I'm going to feed off from what the seniors captains want to do and what kind of direction they want to go in, and just try and do the best I can and lead the other teammates in that direction. As a captain, just try and lead the team in the direction that the coaches want to go and the things that we want to accomplish.
Barry, do you find that usually the players elect the guys as captains that you had in mind anyway?
Yeah, for the most part, I think we as coaches have a pretty good idea watching them every day who the leaders are. Sometimes we're surprised, and sometimes, you know, we only vote for each guy can vote for two, and sometimes because of how it's broken down, we have more people. Like this year we have 5, and we have a cluster of people getting votes. Then we'll name more and more people, and that sometimes is surprising.
All right, when we come back, a look at some of the other key players to watch in the '95 season.
Hi, my name is Ted Kellner, President of Fiduciary Capital Growth Fund. Despite market volatility, Fiduciary Capital Fund has produced superior rates of return for long-term patient investors by investing in smaller companies which we feel will grow at above average rates. The fund has achieved a 13.21% annual rate of return since its inception on December 18, 1981. For a free prospectus on either of our funds, please call 414-226-4555 or write Fiduciary Funds, 225 East Mason Street, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Thank you very much.
M&I has been a Wisconsin banking tradition for over 140 years. Today, there are over 225 M&I offices throughout the state, so you can do all of your banking wherever you see this sign of convenience. M&I Bank, member FDIC.
For over a quarter century, Sundance Photo developed Mid-America's film. Sundance carefully processed more than 100 million rolls of your precious moments and cherished memories. Sundance turns your snapshots into works of art, and our master prints make time stand still in living color.
Wisconsin football has become a national power, and you can be part of the excitement by joining the Mendota Gridiron Club, a tax-exempt nonprofit organization. Your contributions support Badger football and assist the head coach and his staff in maintaining a successful program. Membership entitles you to attend weekly fall meetings, the awards banquet, and many other special functions. For more information, call 608-262-7200. Experience firsthand the team that has the rest of the country talking. Join the Mendota Gridiron Club.
We showed you 5 of the key players in the Badger squad, the 5 captains. Let's take a look at some of the other guys that you're counting on in this season. We're going to start with defensive end Tarek Saleh, who really has a chance to be dominant this year.
He's really improved, gotten much stronger and faster. Had a big year last year. We expect huge things from Tarek.
At the other defensive end, junior Brian Jurowitz has really worked hard in this camp, hasn't he?
Brian has, again, he's coming off a shoulder surgery, and he's put on a lot of good weight. He's gotten explosion and has had a great camp. I expect him to have a good year.
Now, this next guy coming up, a lot of folks didn't even think he'd ever be playing football again. Chad Yoakum, he's really made quite a comeback.
Really showed a lot of determination. Hasn't played for 2 years because of back surgery. I tell you, he's moving around very well. He's stronger and faster than he's ever been, and what a great contribution he'll make.
Now, your defensive backfield is young, but it's very talented. Here's one of the leaders, sophomore Lamar Soup Campbell.
Soup's got an extra heartbeat. I mean, he flies around. He's taking over the leadership role in that back end. He's capable of making a lot of big plays for us.
Okay, we're going to switch over to the offensive side now. Touchdown Tony Simmons. He got the nickname because he had the 8 touchdown passes last season.
Tony broke the all-time freshman receiving record in the Big Ten last year and didn't play until about the 3rd game of the season. He's had a great camp and looking forward to him to have a big year.
You talk about a steady, versatile guy. How about Matt Nyquist?
Matt Nyquist has played a lot of football for us, has good hands, and plays a lot of different positions for us, and he's very important to our offense.
On the offensive line, junior Jerry Wunsch, he's an all-Big Ten candidate this year.
Jerry had a good season as a starter last year. I think he's improved his quickness and his strength, and he should be a stalwart in the offensive line.
Now, Corey Raymer is gone, but Al Gay is ready to step in for the All-American.
Al's had a good camp. Someone asked me in Chicago at the Big Ten meetings, who'll be the surprise guy on our football team? Someone no one knows. Who will it be? And I said, Al Gay will end up being one of the better centers in this conference, and no one knows who he is yet.
And finally, John Hall is back with his powerful leg, and he's beefed up even more this year. He's like a linebacker coming into camp.
John looks like a linebacker, and I'll tell you what, he's very strong, he's very athletic. He's kicked the ball very well and may end up doing some punting duties.
Are there a couple players that have really stood out during this camp, maybe that you didn't think would, or that have surprised you so far?
Well, I can't really say we've had any surprises. I know Manny Castro has had an outstanding camp. Our offensive line as a whole has been very good. And, you know, you look at our inside linebackers, you expect them to be good. Leonard Taylor, a strong safety, isn't mentioned very much, but I see him getting better and better every day. But I really can't say we've had any surprises. The way they've worked, Detman gives me a report back during the summer, so I know what guys should be playing well and who they anticipate is going to play well.
All right, there's still more to come on the Barry Alvarez Show. After a short break, you'll hear what some of the other Big Ten coaches are saying about the 95 Badgers.
Wisconsin is great in general, such a beautiful state in general. We're right here at home, our pride is homegrown. We're Wisconsin's own in general. Insurance individually, general casualty insurance.
Founded in 1947, MCP Company has been a national leader in color separations, rotogravure services, and printing. From the very beginning, our corporate mission has been to anticipate the needs of our customers by continually updating technology and improving our support and services, from film stripping to plate making, from litho to roto, from pre-press to printing. MCP delivers quality. MCP delivers success. Let MCP deliver for you.
My husband Barry might know a lot about coaching football, but when it comes to jewelry, I hold the head coaching position. We believe in a commitment to excellence, and that is what we get every time from Danford Jewelers in the Hilldale Mall. So when I want something beautiful, distinctive, and original, I head to Danford Jewelers, because Danford realizes that perfection doesn't just happen. It's something you have to work hard for every day.
All across America, people working to build their futures rely on an independent insurance agent to protect their homes, autos, and lives, and more businesses and employees than anyone else. It pays to make the independent choice.
For over 75 years, the Neckerman Agency has been protecting the insurance needs of the Madison area.
We would like to extend this protection to you. As independent agents, we compare your insurance with several companies.
Call us for the right insurance at the right price.
What? Penn State is a preseason favorite to win the Big Ten, but there's a group of 5 or 6 teams, including Wisconsin, expected to contend. Here's a sampling of what some of the Big Ten coaches are saying about the Badgers.
They'll have a good team. I think they're going to have some growing pains with new offensive linemen, but they'll come around. And they've been real good on defense, and I think they'll continue to be real good on defense.
They're sound in the way they play. They have an ability to run the ball, which helps them win. They play good defense. Their players give great effort. They play with a lot of toughness, and they're well coached and play together as a group.
They lose some people that were really good football players, but they have recruited so well, and they do a good job recruiting out our way, Long Island, New Jersey, Pennsylvania.
Wisconsin's a very sound, hard-nosed football team. They play hard. They play with a lot of inspiration. They're very sound. They make the big plays on offense and defense. Wisconsin, in my opinion, will always have an opportunity to go back to Pasadena.
Your old friend Hayden Fry paying you some compliments. Are you looking forward to resuming that rivalry with Iowa after a couple of years off?
Yeah, I think it's a shame that we've gone 2 years out without playing that game. By the way, both sets of fans have enjoyed that trip, and you look forward to those rivalries of adjoining states, and it's been a good rivalry. And you throw in the fact that I'd worked for Hayden, and that just adds a little more to it. So it'll be good to play them again.
You look at the Big Ten season; it's still a long ways away, but it seems like the team that stays healthy. I mean, it's a pretty simple thing to say, but especially now with the lack of scholarships, the team that stays healthy is going to probably do the best.
Well, you know, I think, as was mentioned earlier in that last clip, I think a number of teams have a chance. I don't think you do have a chance if you lose key players. I doubt whether Penn State could have run the table like they did last year if they would have lost a quarterback, a great running back, and people like that. So with numbers, you have parity. With the lack of numbers, I should say, you have parity. And to be successful in this league, you're going to have to stay healthy.
It really says something for the balance of the Big Ten that so many teams, even if they don't win it, they can play a role where they can knock off a team in first or second place and have a role in the Big Ten conference title.
No question. I don't think there's any doubt that from top to bottom that the Big Ten is stronger than any league in the country. If you look, the year we won the league 2 years ago, the one game that we lost all year was to the last place team in the league. So, you know, that's parity and that's strength top to bottom.
Now let's take a look at the schedule. Right off, you start off with Colorado, of course. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. And then you got Stanford, SMU. Penn State, first time at Penn State. You got to be looking forward to that as well, even though it's down the road.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I really don't look any farther than the game we're going to play that week. You know, we've got our hands full just preparing for a great Colorado team. You know, I think people are anxious to play Penn State. The people that follow us and follow our team wherever we go are anxious to go to State College and see what that's all about. And it's a tremendous atmosphere for college football. But I haven't got past Colorado yet.
The way the bye weeks shape up this season, does that make a big difference? You got a couple, I think, 2 bye weeks within the first five games you play.
Well, I think it's good for us because being such a young team, I think we'll get better as we go along, and we'll need some time to correct. And you always need those bye weeks to mend up some bumps and bruises. So I think for our situation, the way our team unfolds, it'll be good to have those breaks early.
All right, we'll be back to look ahead at the season opener and wrap things up. Stay with us.
Wisconsin football has become a national power, and you can be part of the excitement by joining the Mendota Gridiron Club, a tax-exempt nonprofit organization. Your contributions support Badger football and assist the head coach and his staff in maintaining a successful program. Membership entitles you to attend weekly fall meetings, the awards banquet, and many other special functions. For more information, call 608-262-7200. Experience firsthand the team that has the rest of the country talking. Join the Mendota Gridiron Club.
In the fight against diabetes, the latest weapons are not high-tech. You might say they're low impact. You won't find them in a lab or a hospital. They're sitting in your closet. Put on your walking shoes and join us for Walktoberfest. Because if we're going to find a cure for diabetes, we're all going to have to put our best foot forward. Call 1-800-254-WALK for details. That's 1-800-254-WALK.
Coach, what a way to start the season for you. Under the lights, national TV, Colorado. I mean, that's quite a season opener.
Well, I think that's what college football is all about, playing games like this. I think the atmosphere will be second to none. I don't care where you go or who's playing. I don't think you can have a better atmosphere than you'll have in Madison at Camp Randall under the lights. A great football team like Colorado and with great tradition and great football players coming in and playing our people. And I think our guys are excited, and that's why that's why we try to recruit them, and hopefully to get in games like that.
All right, well, that's our preseason show. Join us, of course, next week when we review the Colorado game, and we'll also show you some Badgers at work off the football field, helping the Madison community. We'll see you next week.